Hello, this is Thomas, K4SWL. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos. And today, I am on, I'm hiking up to the summit of Richland Balsam. And it is a gorgeous day. I mean, just ideal for SOTA. It's kind of funny, this morning, I've been a little concerned because I've been wanting to hit Richland Balsam this year. And today it's November 3rd, 2023. Very soon, a lot of the portions of the Blue Ridge Parkway are closed off. When any kind of winter weather moves in, they'll shut it down because they don't have equipment for removing snow and ice and all that. And really, the Blue Ridge Parkway is about the only way that you can get to Richland Balsam. So I'm super pleased I was able to fit it in today into my schedule. I'm also very pleased that I'm bringing a new radio with me. This will be my first Summits on the Air activation with the Elecraft KH1 handheld transceiver. I've been looking forward to taking this little radio on a summit activation from the moment I found out about it. There's mountain ash. That's what these little red clusters are up there. You're going to hear me huff and puff a little bit. I'm actually going kind of quickly. This is not a very difficult hike, but I love it. And probably have to put my jacket on. What I was going to say about the weather, by the way, is that today we're getting a little inversion. And it's the kind of inversion where it's not actually layers of clouds or anything. This is the summit loop right here, so it'll branch off and now go up to the summit and come back around this way. Again, it's a very short hike. I don't even know if the whole loop is more than 1.5 miles. But so today, at the bottom of the mountain, it was 30 degrees. And I was a little concerned, thinking, oh my goodness, it's going to be like 20 up here, because this is actually one of the highest summits in North Carolina. In fact, it's on the portion of the Blue Ridge Parkway that's the highest portion of the Blue Ridge Parkway. So I was a little concerned, gosh, it's going to be like super cold. And I'm not quite used to cold weather yet. This is sort of the beginning of the winter. But as I started going up the mountain, it got warmer and warmer. And I'd say it's about, probably about 42 degrees. So what, about 6 degrees Celsius? Something like that, which is not too bad. For me, that's decent SOTA weather. But back to the KH1, yeah. So I'm on the field testing group for the KH1. So my KH1 is like serial number 15. So very early production model. I don't have quite all of the kit yet. I don't have the logging tray, which is something I really look forward to getting, because the logging tray will allow me to really do a proper pedestrian mobile activation of a summit. Golly, I'm making such good time that I hope that my spot will still work for SOTA. I think I scheduled it for 11:45 or something. Made really good time today. Anyway, so what I'm going to do instead, if memory serves, I think there is a bench or two on top of the summit here. And I'll just sit down on the bench, get my knee board, put my logging book on it, and just log by hand on my knee board. I think that'll be the next best thing to proper pedestrian mobile. So I won't be standing up, I'll probably be sitting down. Yesterday when I was, or 2 days ago, I did my first park activation with KH1. I had the KH1 here in my hands. I was having to lean down on a picnic table to do the logging. And that wasn't super fun, actually. So, I think this will be a little more ergonomic. Wow, I wish you could be here with me. This is really, I love the smell of these kind of spruce pine portions of our mountains. It just smells wonderful when the wind blows through it. It's a beautiful day to do this. Heck, I'm making such a good time. I'm wondering, could I fit in another activation today? I don't think I could fit in another SOTA activation, but I may be able to fit in a POTA activation. So the deal is, actually, this is not only a SOTA summit, but this area is also in Pisgah National Forest, and I believe Pisgah Game Land. It's possible it's also technically on the Blue Ridge Parkway land as well. So it may even be a POTA 3-fer. It's at least a 2-fer, I'm pretty sure. I need to go back and look at my notes from the last time I was here. This can't be the summit yet. Surely. It's a little bit more of a hike than that. Okay, 1,600 feet. This is a short hike. I kind of wanted a longer hike today, but later on today I'm thinking I'm getting some cycling in, so I'll get my aerobic activity another way. This is a loop trail, so I'll probably take the whole loop around when I come back. This is one that's very well marked, very easy to follow. There's no getting lost here. And even if I did, I've got my GPS. I've got all those things I need. I have friends that live out in some of the desert states, and watching them do SOTA hikes, I kind of admire it because, well, they don't have a lot of trees or anything, and that's not great. If you want to put up a wire antenna, you got to bring a support for it. But just the amount of heat they deal with, and just like you got the sun directly on you the whole time. Boy, I don't know how they do it. I have to have my shade, and I wasn't too worried about it here. I knew it'd be shady. I need to just slow down. I don't know why I'm hiking so quickly because, frankly, I'm way ahead of schedule. Anyway, it was really fun using the KH1 at the POTA activation the other day. But, there's a big but, there's a real trial by fire for the little tiny speaker on the KH1. I don't know if you can see this view or not. These cameras really don't do this justice. But it's gorgeous. I can see Mount Pisgah over there. Right over that way. It's got a little tiny tower on top of it. And I think I also see over here Black Balsam. And I just activated that a little over a month ago. I think I hit Mount Pisgah in July. These are the three I really like to hit along the Blue Ridge Parkway. There are a couple others here to, I haven't gotten to quite yet. Maybe I'll get a chance to do them before weather changes. But I love this one. This trail reminds me of the trails around Mount Mitchell. And I really love Mount Mitchell. I would have gone there today. But part of the Blue Ridge Parkway, an 8-mile section that I need in order to get there, is closed. Now, there are alternate ways to get around, but it just makes my drive a lot longer, and so it makes it to where I can't fit it in my day today. But basically, and this is the craziest part to me, the reason they shut down this 8-mile section of the parkway is because at the Craggy Garden picnic area, where I just did an activation, I just posted a video of that just a couple weeks ago, I believe, using my Elecraft KH1 with the AX1 antenna. Some visitors to that site decided to try to pet and feed black bears. And as you can imagine, that didn't end up going very smoothly. And it really, this is a little bit of a soapbox thing for me, but it really bothers me that people are so out of touch with nature. People live indoors so much that they see a wild animal like a black bear that is incredibly destructive when they want to be, and they think it's just like a pet or something. I really feel sorry for them, but it disturbs me that someone wouldn't know better than to try to pet a black bear and feed it. And the problem is, the black bears around here are really becoming nuisance bears because people feed them so much. A lot of times tourists come to town and they're only here for a weekend. They see a black bear and they'll get their lunch out, start throwing sandwiches to it and stuff. And it's really bad, really, really bad when that happens. But it's just the way things are going. And in fact, because of that, black bears are actually pretty darn shy. And all the time I've lived in the mountains, I've never had to worry too much about them. We have them around our house a lot. But I never had to worry too much because black bears are, they try to keep their distance from people. But I don't know, unfortunately, as they get more accustomed to humans, they get more adventurous when they want food, and they can get more demanding and aggressive. And it's bad for the bears, really. It's bad for people, too. So for this point, I actually have bear spray on me because I knew I'd be out here alone today. There's nobody else on the trail right now. I would be surprised if some more people didn't show up here soon, but right now I'm the only person on the trail. And yeah, if I encountered a black bear, at least I have some bear spray with me. And video proof I got mauled, right? So we should be reaching the summit here really soon. If I recall, there's a bench like that on the summit up here. And I should be able to use that to do the activation. Last time I was up here, I put up did I put up a vertical or did I put up a wire antenna? I think it was a vertical. I think it may have been my impasse light from Chameleon. I think that may have been the one I used. And it worked out really well. Okay, yeah, I think we're getting close to the summit. Might as well just keep the camera rolling at this point. I should say, if you're new to this channel, my videos are truly real time. I don't edit them. But what I do to relieve some of the pain is actually, if you hover over the timeline, you'll see chapters. And I mark chapters in my videos so you can see, like, if you want to skip straight to the operating portion of the video, you can do that. And without any problems at all. So that's sort of the thing I do, because I just don't edit my videos. It's as if you're just like right here with me, and along for the ride. And I know that that doesn't appeal to everyone, and I'm totally fine with that. You may notice I never ask someone, I get this all the time, Thomas, you never say subscribe and share. And I don't really ever say that on my channel. Maybe 1 in 20 videos, I'll kind of think about saying that. But the truth is, I kind of just have this feeling like the people who want to be here will find their way here. And I think the people that come here, based on the community that's really kind of grown up around QRP.com especially, tend to be all kindred spirits. So our troll factor is super low, and I love that. It's extremely rare that I have to moderate a comment, for example. And that was really one of my biggest fears about getting on YouTube, was just dealing with trolls and comment moderation and all that. It's just crazy stuff. Yep, I think it's just right up here. I was with someone once. Well, I think, if my memory serves, we passed by some people who thought that that bench down there was the summit. Because it does look like the photos that people have posted online of the summit, because it's the same bench, but no, the summit's a little tiny bit more work than that. Not a lot more. Man, this is beautiful. Now, we'll have to stop the video to synchronize audio. Here we go. Here's the summit. So anybody doing this SOTA hike, if you're watching this video, basically, I started the video maybe 75 feet into the trail. Not very far at all. I pulled out the video camera and just decided to start then. Elevation 6,410 feet. Richland Balsam. Can't really see views up here or anything. That's not why you come here. You come here to do SOTA. That's why you come here. Okay, let's get this stuff set up. Let's see. Actually, I can show you my kit. Brought way more stuff than I needed to in this backpack. But frankly, it's so lightweight. I just kept adding stuff to it. And this is a really short hike. So I thought, why not add a little bit more? And while I'm thinking about it, I need to take some photos of this. Okay, I lied. It may be slightly cooler than, what did I say, 42 degrees or so? Might be slightly cooler than that up here, but it's not much. So basically, here's my whole kit, and it's, again, more than I need. I knew I would probably have the summit to myself, but I still brought my Helinox chair. This thing's so darn lightweight. I don't even notice it's in the pack. This is almost 2 liters of water. Of course, I don't need this much on a summit trail like this, super short one like this. But I'm still going to drink some water right now. Sorry for this. There we go. And I have some recording gear in here. I have my Zoom recorder that I'll use for the audio. I have my jacket. I will put this on just because I'm going to be sitting still while I'm operating. And then here's my KH1. In here are my earphones in this little pack up front. And then here is the radio, the antenna, the counterpoise. And basically everything's inside the radio. I mean, the ATU's in here, the battery's in here. The coils for this antenna are in here. The paddles are attached to it. There's just not a lot more than this. This is really it. I could have just walked up with this. I could attach this to my belt and come up here and do this activation. This is such a short trail hike. But I always overpack. I always have a first aid kit in my bag. I have a little small one in this pack. I always have just extra provisions, extra water and stuff, because I always kind of think, what if I, twisted my ankle really badly and I couldn't walk, or fell down or something happened And I've got my backpack there. At least I've got some provisions with me. I don't have any food in my pack at all because I don't want to attract bears. So it's just water right now. If I were going on a really long hike, yeah, I'd probably bring some kind of food along with me. But this is not one of those hikes. Also got my knee board in here. And again, I'm hoping I can just sit down here and do my, just do my thing. And I'm probably going to log to paper as opposed to, it's tempting just to log directly to hammers. It would kind of make the process a little easier, but I just kind of like logging on paper, so that's what I'm going to do. It's 11:15. I think I announced this for maybe 11:45, and I can't remember what SOTA gives as a margin of error. They do give you time before and after your time of activation, because obviously some people are going on really long hikes to get where they're going, and it's hard to predict that. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm going to turn off the camera. I've got to set all this stuff up and synchronize the audio, and then hopefully everything will work. So we'll go for that. I'll be right back. Okay, just really quickly, as I said up here, I haven't synchronized the audio yet. I'll do that here in a second. I'll stop the video, but I just want to show you how easy this is to deploy. Now, I actually have the counterpoise out separately right now. I usually have it just wrapped around the radio. So I'll take the counterpoise out, try to pull out some of the memory from the way that I did this wrap up here, which was basically my figure 8 method. And then I'll just take the thing and toss it down here into the woods. There we go. It's on the ground. And attach it to the KH1 right here. Some people, like I said, normally I'd just leave this attached and wrapped around the radio so you wouldn't even have to do this part. But I would say resist the temptation with the KH1 to crank down this lug really tightly. Wayne Burdick, the designer, basically one of the designers, I guess, points out that if you step on this or something, you want that to be the weak point, not for it to rip your radio out of your hand or something crazy. That's if you're doing something like walking around. And make sure it's in the 20-meter position. And so this would be a little weird to, sit down and hold this radio, but basically extend the whip all the way, and I'm in business. This is really all I need right now. Now, I do need to plug in the audio and then stop the recording to do a sync, so I can sync this. See, with my videos, you get all of them. There's no mystery meat in them at all. It's just what I just put everything in here, right? So, yeah, so I need to reposition this probably. I need to make sure you can see everything okay. It's not easy to do this, actually. There's a lot going on here. So hopefully you can see over my shoulder. Hopefully you can read this. Maybe asking a lot, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so I'll be right back, and hopefully we'll have some audio. Okay, I'm back now, and I've got everything set up. I hope it's working okay. I hope this audio sounds okay. Keep in mind, this isn't going to be pure KH1 audio, because I've got the AGC on, or the gain control, the audio gain control on this Zoom recorder. I just find it works a little bit better if I get a really loud signal coming in. But it may be working against the AGC in this radio. We're going to just find out this time how well it works. Now, the only thing I've done is turned on the radio so I could get audio off of it. Now what we'll do is go ahead and hit the ATU button. I'm sitting here on 61.5. I don't hear anybody. So I hit ATU1. Oh, got to put it in auto mode because I used it. Oh, ATU's back this way. There we go. And then hit menu. I said 1.7 to 1, which is perfectly fine. I should be getting a little bit better than that, though. I'm going to reposition my counterpoise here. See if that helps out any. We'll try it now. Yeah, look at that, 1.3 to 1. See, with an antenna like this, it can make a really big difference. Now, I don't have CW message memories in here yet. I don't have onboard logging, and we don't have CW decode. We don't have those things yet. Also, it's possible that the side tone's going to change a little bit. So just be mindful of that. All those things could change. This is a very early production field testing unit, so all those things are kind of going to change as we go down the road. So let's give it a go here. This is kind of interesting holding the radio in my hand, but this will kind of give you an idea too. Just I find it very effortless to hold this. It doesn't wear me out. So you're hearing the audio gain control of the Zoom recorder working against us there. You can hear that. So I hope this doesn't sound too wavy and too crazy, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. What time is it? It's 27. He always says hi to Hazel. I wish he were with me today. Washington. See what a difference it makes. Oh! That fell off. I didn't do it quite. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I hear that audio AGC doing its thing, but oh well. I'm listening careful for S to S. Good. It's almost like doing satellites. I can move the antenna and it changes it a little bit. I'm going to ask for DX. Still 36. Okay. Oh, got him. Carl's always QRP too. Ah, there we go. No. Oh. Sorry, I know this other station was probably hearing me send a WA7, so I may kind of go in for them next. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now I'll try this. See, he was hearing. I could see the confusion there. Okay. Okay, wait. That's who I was listening for. RP. Da 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 da. Okay. Okay, wait. I got you. Okay. Let's get this. Okay. Okay. Boy, I'm having a hard. Was I hearing a DD? I'm having a hard time hearing you. Oh, there we go. Got it now. Oh, somebody else is in there. I think they think I'm calling them. Okay, wait, I think I got this. Good to get you the logs, Jonathan. There's a little fading going on there. Sorry about the audio thumping. That's not the radio, that's my recorder. It also is, the distortion is my recorder. Very nice. Try to make a little noise so the bears stay away from me. I gotta remember to take some photos of this. I'm listening for any weak stations. Oh, why is somebody tuning up? He's just repeating it again. Nice sewing into Europe today. I promise you the radio's audio is better than this. I've got to really just kind of tweak the audio settings on this recorder. Look. Good to get you in logs. I think he said KH1 in there. Great to get him in the log. Okay. Hang on, I swear I'm hearing. No, it's an M. I'm hearing an M, I know. Okay. Oh, got him. Good to get you in there. Okay, well, that's right. 57, just get it in here correctly. See, it's clever. He slows down so you can hear it a little bit better because he knows it's... What's that? There we go, I got him. Utah. Sorry, I'm just operating on a radio here with headphones on, so... Okay. They're very, very, very weak. One more time. There we go. Okay, I need to take a couple of photos here while I think about it. because this is hard for me to remember to do. Whoops, I've got... it is very difficult for me to remember to do this, especially if I'm holding this in my hand the whole time. Here we go. I also need to take photos before I leave. This was insanely fun, wasn't it? Okay, let me take photos of my logs. So I've got this. Boom. Now I'll get, see that you're privy to all this when you watch my videos. Ah, come on. There we go. It's hard to do this one-handed. Okay. So I had some people walk by just a moment ago, and I had my headphones in, didn't notice that they were there, and I'm sure they were just like, what in the heck is going on here? So there we go. This was super fun. Absolutely so much fun. Okay, I think I got enough here. I just can't stop taking pictures of this, though. I gotta be honest. I think that this is a really attractive radio. Let's put things up. Let's pack up. So I'll turn off my recorder now. Now again, I gotta make some comments here. A lot of that audio, first of all, I probably put warning messages and everything in the video because it's quite possible that the audio sounded kind of weird. You may not have heard any CW audio at all, and if that's the case, it's because you need to be listening in mono. Sometimes, on some of my videos, when I do this kind of audio sync thing, the CW goes kind of out of phase or something, and it's just the weirdest thing, but you kind of, you know, it kind of phases itself out, and you hear no CW at all. The way around that is to, you know, go stow the paddles for transport. That's it. That's my whole radio. My whole kit. This is quickly becoming like one of my favorite radios of all time. I'm dead serious. It's just the convenience of having a radio that's just at the ready all the time is just so, so nice. Okay. I love it. Absolutely love this. I think I can probably make a little small pack that'll hold my Zoom and hold my radio and hold everything. How much time do I have left? Holy cow, man. I have been on here for a while, haven't I? No, not that. Actually, this isn't too bad for me. Oh, what was I doing? No, I don't want to do that. I want to put my earphones in this. I'm actually going to get a different thing to put my Zoom in for right now. I'm just keeping it in my pocket up here. But I think the more I use the KH1, the more I probably need to just keep my Zoom recorder in there. And, you know, maybe I should try to do... I may try to do just a random, not even spotted. Let me just try to do a SOTA thing with my... Just call out on VHF here. Real quick to see if anybody's on the HT. Somewhere in the Asheville area or something. Let's give this a go. Let me just call CQ a couple times. And if somebody's monitoring, awesome. If not, then no big deal. Sometimes people monitor this. Okay, let's see. Let's give it a go. I got all these messages, voicemails, all kinds of things while I was doing this. I'll leave this up just in case I get somebody. So I have the SOTA frequency pre-programmed in here, and I think it is... Whoops, sorry. I just did that. Okay, here we go. Make sure that my squelch is set properly. CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA, CQ Summit's on the air. This is Kilo 4 Sierra Whiskey on Richland Balsam. W4C stroke WM-003, calling CQ for Summits on the air. CQ SOTA, this is Kilo 4 Sierra Whiskey Lima, calling CQ for Summits on the air. The likelihood I'm going to get somebody without spotting myself is pretty low, but frankly, I just wanted to see if anybody was monitoring. CQ SOTA, CQ Summit's on the air. This is Kilo 4 Sierra Whiskey Lima on the summit of Richland Balsam, calling CQ for Summits on the air. CQ SOTA, CQ Summit's on the air. This is Kilo 4 Sierra Whiskey Lima, calling CQ for Summits on the air. CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA. This is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima, calling CQ for Summits on the Air. Okay, nothing heard. I gave it a go. There are a couple people in Asheville, I think, that were monitoring for me, but I worked one of them, which was Dean at K2JB, so he probably is no longer monitoring VHF. And so we'll just leave it at that. Next time I'll actually spot myself. Frankly, I'm in a hurry. It's noon already, and I've got a long way to drive yet and a lot to do. But it was worth it. If I'm late, it was worth it. You heard it from me first. This stuff is so serious fun. Seriously fun. Just putting away my notepads. Also getting hungry. I think I've got an RX bar or something in the car that I can eat. I just, like on summits, on hikes like this, like I said, I don't bring food with me on short hikes, really short hikes that are well marked, mainly because I just don't want to attract bears. That was drilled into me early on. So I didn't need to use this, I didn't need to use my Helinox chair, but that thing's so darn lightweight that you don't even feel it in here. It weighs just nothing. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to pack away my camera, actually, so I'll probably just do that as well. Just attach my radio on the back of this. And that is it. I need to take a few more photos while I'm up here. Oh, I know what. I need to stick in here. It's my jacket. I'll get really hot wearing this jacket on the way down. Sorry you're not seeing all this. But my disclaimer, I'm not really a YouTuber, so I don't really do these things properly. I just know YouTube etiquette. So those of you who appreciate this, I appreciate you too. Honestly, this is the sort of videos I make are the sort of videos I like myself. I've mentioned before, I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos. I just don't have time in my life, frankly. I'd watch more, but I have a very active family life, and teenage daughters keep me busy, all that stuff, and so I just can't get it all done. Okay, here we go. Richland, Balsam. Get a nice photo of that, and also a photo of the place where I sat. So I can remember that too. Here we go. It's really nice. And I think I'm going to take the loot trail this time and just go back out this way. There we go. I don't think I have enough battery life to keep talking this whole time. I don't know if I've got enough things to talk about the whole time going back. But it's awfully tempting for anybody who would be coming to do this summit to actually see just kind of the full, summit trail, the whole loop, because that's the whole thing right here. So here's another park bench. This is all still in the activation zone. I operated from that same park bench over there before, but this is all very much in the activation zone. No problem whatsoever. In fact, the activation zone here is that's decently large for what it is. Oh, this is just beautiful. It's so quiet. So there's only been 2 other hikers up here while I've been up here. And one of the things about operating CW when you have your earphones in is you make almost no noise at all. And I've been in the woods activating before when I'm not doing a video. And it's kind of amazing actually how you, a lot of, wildlife will just kind of walk straight up to you while you're operating because you're not really moving around a whole lot. Oh, I'm so glad I got this in. And wow, did I work some DX. So memory serves, I worked, let me think here just a second, an SM5 station. Thank you so much for hanging out there and keeping, repeating. It was difficult for me to hear the beginning, but I knew it wasn't like KM5. And when I heard the S, then I thought, oh yes, it's SM5. So it's nice to get Sweden in the books. Also, I think Germany, France, at least a couple from Spain. Oh, Slovenia as well. And all of the West Coast. think I worked California, Oregon, Washington, Utah, some of the Rockies like Colorado. Good to get you in the logs too, Jonathan. It's not often I get to work him. And some of my friends up in the Northeast as well. I mean, it's just crazy. It's like a little family reunion every time you do an activation. It really is. It's just, you hop on, and I feel like the SOTA community especially is very, very international. Now, Parks on the Air is getting the same way, where it's really, really branching out into a lot of countries now, and I think it's wonderful. I love POTA. But SOTA definitely has this kind of international flair, and kind of always has, because it's big in a lot of the countries with mountains and summits. And so it's kind of fun to get to know people on the air. I'm a little surprised now that I'm thinking about it that I didn't hear Christian F4WBN. He may have tried to call me, and I may just not have heard him this time. But usually I work him. He's like my biggest chaser, actually. And for a lot of people, I think Christian's very much a super, super active SOTA chaser. Great guy. Very reliable to hit him. He must have not been at home or something while I was on the air. I didn't get any S to S's, though, this time, I don't think. Any summits to summits. It's possible something could have been lost in there. Frankly, I mean to call S to S question mark. So I just send S to S question mark, and that allows everybody to move out of the way so I can hear if there's an S to S station in there, because sometimes when it's a really big pileup, I just make an assumption there could be an S to S in there. I can't remember if I did that this time or not. The truth is, oh man, this is just beautiful. I love this so much. The truth is, when you're in the moment and you're doing the activation, sometimes you're in the moment. You don't think about the things you really should logically be doing. I do get a few backseat, what do they call it? Just like backseat drivers, I guess, for when I publish my videos. I know when I put my videos out, it's kind of opening it up for everybody to criticize, but I don't get a lot of criticism, actually. I really appreciate constructive criticism. I've learned a lot, actually, from people over the years, but, you know, some people say, wait, didn't you hear that one station calling you out there? I was trying to call you, or so-and-so was trying to call you, and the truth is, when I activate, my own way of listening through a pileup is that I actually don't concentrate on any one signal. I try not to concentrate, if that makes sense. And then what happens is, I'll hear a bit of a signal, and it may not always be the loud signal. In fact, if you're really clever, and some of you did this today, and it's the reason I heard you, is you just vary your frequency slightly. You go slightly above or below my frequency, so you're not the same tone as everyone else. And to me, you stand out. And so I'll hear 539 stations in a pileup with S9 stations. So just keep in mind that that's a really good tactic for busting through pileups like this, especially when it's SOTA or POTA and there's no, you're not operating split or something. Split changes everything, but that is not convention for on-the-air activities like POTA and SOTA. So I never operate split. I don't think I've ever worked anyone operating split for SOTA or POTA unless a site just happens to be a POTA site and also a de-expedition. That does happen on occasion. That's the only time I've ever heard anyone operating split for POTA. But yeah, it's nice to pull out some friends from the logs. And the KH1, oh my goodness. I am so excited by this radio. If you know me, I'm a huge fan of the KX1 and the KX2. I also love the KX3, but since I'm a field guy, since the KX1 and KX2 are smaller, I kind of prefer those for field use. The KH1 to me is like, it's like a mountain topper MTR 5B, 5-band mountain topper, had a baby with an Elecraft KX1. That's what it feels like. It's 5 bands, same 5 bands as my MTR 5B, and which are very, very useful bands for SOTA and POTA. But it has a built-in ATU. It has a built-in battery option, at least. And on top of that, it's like you have the AX1 antenna as an internal option. Like, so you can just attach a whip to it, which means it opens it up for opportunistic radio excursions. So it's not just like for SOTA like this, but if you're waiting on your spouse in a parking lot somewhere, waiting on your kids somewhere, let's just say you're doing a little air travel and you've no idea if you're going to be able to play POTA, SOTA, or anything like that. This radio is so tiny that it's just nothing to take it with you in air travel. Nothing. That's what's so exciting about it. There's nothing quite like it. Now, I've heard a lot of people, and I feel a little funny about this last video I did because if I'm being honest, I don't think it really showed off its audio very well because my recorder, the AGC, was just pumping it. And I didn't like that, but the truth is, I didn't want to deal with it. And I figured that if you're watching this video, you'll understand. I just didn't want to deal with trying to find the right audio level setting and all that. But what I need to do is turn off the AGC now, set the audio level so that there's no AGC fighting inside my recorder. And it'll sound a lot better, because what was happening is if I was working like someone is really quiet, when I would key, it just kind of thump, and I really hated that. But that's not the way it sounds when you're just operating straight from the radio. Operating straight from the radio, it sounds great. And I have heard some people say, I don't know if I really like that kind of raspy side tone. I'm hearing a noise in the woods. I'm wondering if that's another hiker or an animal. But they say, I don't know if I really like that side tone. And it's true. It is kind of a unique side tone. I think by the time most people are getting their production units, I think Elecraft may be working on that side tone just a little bit. But frankly, I don't know, I kind of like it. It's growing on me. And I don't know about you. In our KH1 tester group, we actually had a discussion about side tone frequency and some other things. And what I ended up saying to the group was, you know, I'm really the wrong person to ask about this, because I've always been a big believer in not being too tied to any one setting for something. And what I mean by that is, and I think I took this from my friend, Vlado in 3CZ. He's one of my best friends, and I've known him forever. And he's like one of the most capable contester, DXer people I've ever known. And he could care less about a radio's filtering, about the side tone frequency, any of those things. He just lets his brain adapt to whatever he's given. And it makes him a really versatile operator. So for me, side tone, people will say, well, I do get this sometimes. Why is your KX3 side tone different than your KX2 side tone? Because they'll watch 2 of my videos in a row. And to be honest with you, I never pay any attention to it. I just use whatever side tone's there. I hardly ever adjust the frequency at all. You know, it's just how I'm wired. I also, you'll notice I never change my filters very much. I usually run my filters wide open. And that's because I just like hearing what's around me and letting my brain do the filtering. Now, I will narrow a filter if someone starts doing POTA right next to me doing POTA or something like that. I'm not I'm not that crazy. And that does happen because we'll often just base each other like 500 hertz apart as CW operators. And which is very reasonable, by the way, for CW. In SSB, you'd be on top of each other, 500 hertz apart. Now, the cars you may be hearing, those are on the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is really close by here. I could hop down this hill right now and be on the parkway pretty quickly. Oh, look at this. This is why we SOTA. Right here. Okay, see, I need to take a photo of this because it'll look good in my blog. Show off this beautiful site. It's hard to do justice to it, frankly. I've been through all of this area over here. In fact, not too far from here, down the parkway a little bit, back when I was in college at the university, at Western Carolina University, I was a really, really big time mountain biker. And there's a place here on the parkway where there's some old Forest Service roads. And you can take this all the way down. And we'd bring a truck up and we would load up our truck with mountain bikes. And then we go down this really, really, really long trail all the way back to our campus, which was a very long distance, but it was almost all downhill. But you did have some highway riding that you had to do, but we'd do it in groups. And it was so insanely fun. If my buddy Monty's watching this, he and I did this at least once together. And it was really fun to do that. These days I wouldn't necessarily do that. I do mountain biking, but I don't do the kind of adventurous mountain biking I used to. And that particular trail was really bad because there were so many places where the road would split that you really need to be with someone who'd done it a few times so you can remember which way to go. And you wouldn't end up having to backtrack a really long distance. Oh man, this is so gorgeous. I'm gonna have to do a panoramic shot here, I think. You guys don't mind if I wait and do this, do you? There we go. Look at that, it's so beautiful. You can't forget to just stop for a moment and kind of take it in when you do these things too. That's so nice. If I wasn't running a video and burning up YouTube space, I'd maybe just sit down there and have lunch. But, well, I don't have any lunch packed with me today. So yeah. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. Also, there are some blueberry patches around here. My father-in-law is a botanist and ecologist, and he knows all of this area really, really, really well, and some great hidden blueberry places, blueberry patches. And the only competition we have at those are the bears. That's it. We never have people competition at the places he takes us, but you have to be willing to kind of hike way off trail. Okay, let me see if I can get across here. It's hard to do with the camera, but I've probably just gone under that. We've had some blowdowns here, but they're not too bad. Some of these hemlocks that you see that are kind of stripped bare and dead, that is due to the woolly adelgid, which is a little invasive critter that kills hemlocks. It's really sad. Here's a hemlock, I believe. And I don't see any on it. This may not be a Carolina hemlock, though. Primarily went for Carolina hemlocks. We have a few of those on our property, and we try to protect them as best we can. Okay, I think we're going to come down here to the point where the loop meets. I really appreciate you coming along on such a long field report. But I don't often do, I don't know if I've ever done a SOTA activation where really I kind of capture the entire SOTA activation, including the hike, all in one go. So this is kind of fun too. Ah, it's so nice down here. I just hope I don't miss my turn-off point for the loop and go right back up again. Nope, here it is right here. Let's take a right here. We could run into some other people coming up the path by now. Man, this weather's beautiful. I really thought it would be like 20 degrees and breezy up here this morning based on the temperature down in the valley, because at my house this morning, which is not as high as this, my house is only at 3,300 feet. Most of Asheville is at like 2,000, 2,100 feet. This is like, what was it, 6,100 feet, I think, at the summit. But it's just one of those freaky days where the higher you go, the warmer it gets. And it's just a very pleasant, you know, long sleeve temperature for me. For me, like 45-ish degrees is just wonderful. I don't consider that cold whatsoever. And I couldn't have asked for a better day to do a SOTA activation, frankly. I haven't been attacked by any bears. That's always nice. I don't actually worry about bears that much. I used to never worry about them whatsoever. And if I had Hazel with me, I'd not even pay much attention to it either. But the black bears in areas, this isn't necessarily one. Oh, here's some people. I'm going to turn the camera off for a moment. Okay. Just passed by some folks. This part of the path's actually paved even. This leads right down to the parking area here, which I think if you didn't know this path was here, you would know to stop here. It just looks like a normal overlook, but it actually has this really cool loop trail up to a summit. This is one of the easiest summits around here, in my opinion. It is a little bit out of the way. There's no super easy way to get here. But here we are. That's the Blue Ridge Parkway right there. And this is the parking area. Thank you for actually just helping me complete this entire activation, because I only started the camera just up beyond that post right there. So it's kind of cool that you were able to come along with me. I appreciate it. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a brilliant week ahead. If you've got questions about the KH1, this will be my second video. I'm going to try to push this to the front of the line because the KH1 is so new. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. And I'll do my best to answer them at least. And yeah, so I'm going to put up my hiking stick here. And put up my backpack. There we go. Close up the back of the door. Just look at how beautiful this is today. Stay over here. I don't want to get in these people's way while they're doing their, just doing their lunch. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me again today, and I hope you come back. Maybe even subscribe to the channel if you're crazy enough to do that. Take care of one another out there, because all we got on this planet is each other. Until next time, 7 twos.